Hi, Scottish Desi, Asmat. Assalamu alaikum, Sat Sri Akal, Namaste, Kem Cho. I'm Asmat, Scottish Desi, and today, with the current situation that we are seeing round about us, lots of people have lost their income or had a reduction in their income. So today what I'm going to show you is probably one means of reducing their energy costs, and we're going to do this by showing you first of all how to create something in your own back gardens using about 2 dozen bricks and using just natural wood resources such as, did I say sticks, and using sticks as fuel? Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at what it is I'm going to show you and how you can construct this yourself. Come on. Okay, so what we have here is just a number of bricks all kind of laid out in a certain pattern. Down here we've got half a brick. It's actually not doing much on this, probably because my ground is not level, but you'll have half a brick. If you have a level ground, you'll have half a brick in here, and you'll also have half a brick down here. This one's a bit more solid. I can't remove this one, but that's fine, that will stay inside there. There's a gap in here, and there's also a gap down here. The gap down here is where we feed our fuel, so any branches and twigs and sticks and so on will get fed in through here. And up at the top, if you look inside, you've got a chamber, and from here we're going to have a flame coming out. If you can come in and see how deep that is, so I can put my hand all the way down, and the flame will come, the sticks, these will burn down here. They'll be fed by oxygen on this side, on this gap. This is your feeder. We're feeding through here. The wood is taking the air from that gap, and the flame will come up through this chamber here. Yeah. So this is known as a rocket stove, and the reason why it's called a rocket stove, I'll just demonstrate that just now, is once the flames sort of start to burn or combust, it makes a roaring noise which sounds like a rocket. So let me show you first of all it working, running, and then what I will do is I'll dismantle the whole thing and put the whole thing back together again so that you can see exactly how it's put together. You can probably hear this roaring just now. This is me just feeding it just now until I've got enough of a fire going. It's pulling the air, as you can see if you come around here, you see it's pulling the air in from here, and I'm feeding once it gets going, once the twigs are moving and the whole thing's kind of ready to go, I just feed from this end here. And what I will do on top of the stove is we'll place some sort of grill on top. Now this is just an old grill that I've taken from an old cooker that was scrapped, and on top of the grill we can place a pan, and you can use this to do some cooking on. The reason why we have the grill, if you don't have one of these grills, you can just put another couple of bricks around about it just to keep the air circulating around the pot that you place on top. But I've found this old grill which was given to me by a friend, and I'm just using this. So once the flame is going, you can just feed from this end here. If you come and have a look, what I'm doing is just, as the fire just needs to be fed in through here, is burning the fuel, and you can see it's quite a nice flame that we're getting. This is why it's known as a rocket stove. It's safe, it's contained inside these concrete blocks, and of course it's reducing your household energy consumption. So if you want to reduce your energy consumption at home, this is one means getting you out of the house, enjoy the fresh air, do some cooking outside. Now you'll notice that, as you can see, there's some smoke kind of coming out from between the gaps of the bricks. What you can do is cover these up with some sand. If you have some sand, if you have some sand, you can cover those up with sand. But you can see very clearly now that is working really efficiently. I've got this large stick here which I'm using to just push these forward. Of course, you've got to keep feeding your twigs in. Okay, so I'm going to show you, I'm just going to dismantle this and then I'm going to put it back together again, just to show you exactly how it was put together. Okay, so I'm going to remove the bricks. So I'll count the bricks. Let's count the bricks as we're removing them. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 26 and 27. If I counted that correctly, that was 27. So these two are half. So the two half bricks go on the sides. Now these are concrete blocks. So these are known as concrete blocks, and you can pick these up from any of your local builder places for about 50 pence each. Or you can try out Gumtree, and lots of people have these. They're used on monoblocking, they're paving, or they may have used them for building, or any types of bricks can be used. They don't have to be concrete blocks. It could be red brick, it could be fire brick. However, these are a bit more expensive. These ones are cheap and they still work. They still do the same job. So you'll need to break up one of the bricks into two. Now notice this brick doesn't really have something to support it, but when the brick on top, when we have a brick here and a brick on top, that keeps it in place. As you can see, that keeps that in place. And the same with this one. It doesn't really have something on which to support it, but the one on top supports it. And then on top of this, you place your grill, and there you have it, folks. This is known as a rocket stove. I am Scottish Desi Asmat. I will see you again. Bye.